Hi, my name's Harriet Hamilton. I'm a herbologist at Nature's Finest. Some people call me a naturopath, whichever way is fine. I work in Mesa, Arizona. I do different forms of naturopathic healing. I do reflexology, kinesiology, muscle manipulation, and emotional clearing. All four of those are processes used to heal the body, whether we do it physically or spiritually. All of them will heal. And today, we're going to talk about the expectations that when you come to see me, what you'll expect to find. Also, we want you to realize that I am very spiritually minded, and I believe in putting Christ first in everything I do. And my purpose in getting you well is to be able to fix your physical problems so that you can put more of your focus on the spiritual things and those things that are important. More important to our salvation or to our spiritual growth is those things that pertain to Christ. Knowing that Christ is the master healer, it doesn't matter what art of healing we use as long as we put Christ first in any of those. Most of them will work, or any of them will work, if we make sure that Christ is center in our choices. So today when you go into the office, when you come in to visit me, you will see that there is a small little room. It's not very big. There's enough for 2 chairs, so we're not going to bring in big families in there. We're just usually a couple people. We're going to do what is known as reflexology. Reflexology is the old Asian art of finding. On your spine, on your back, behind your spine is your central nervous system or your spinal cord. Your spinal cord has nerves that come out each of your vertebrae on both sides of your back, whether it's on this side or this side. Those nerves are respondent for a different part of your body depending on where they're at. When you see people do acupuncture, they're putting needles into the nerve that they want a specific reaction for in the body. We're not going to do that. We're just going to follow the central nervous system. Those nerves come down the back, and they lock down here in your kneecap, down the bottom of your knee in one major nerve, and then they go to the bottom of your feet. So when I push on your feet, I can push on your feet in all these different places here, because these are organs and glands, and this is going to be my testing sheet, and you'll get one of these. But all these organs and glands can be found on your body. And when I push on your feet in all these different places here, you're just going to tell me if it hurts. Some will hurt more than others, because with reflexology, it doesn't give us the capability of prioritizing. It just says, here's everything in your body that's not 100%. It could be 90%, it could be 5%, it's still going to give me a check. It just lets me know that somewhere in the process of working with you, I have to address it. Many times we won't have to address it because if we fix the cause, the reaction will repair itself because it's a chemical reaction. Chemical reactions actually repair and fix themselves if we fix the causes. When someone goes to the doctor and they're diagnosed with diabetes, they didn't just get diabetes. They've been getting diabetes for years as the organs have been breaking down, which created that reaction. So conversely, if I want to get rid of diabetes, I have to fix the organs that broke down. So that's our goal, is to fix the causes and let the reactions repair themselves as much as possible. Sometimes we may have to go up there and fix them and work with them for a little bit, but pretty much they'll repair themselves. So what we're doing, this is your testing sheet here, and this is what it looks like. If you see, there's 7 major glands. You have your pituitary, your pineal, your thyroid, your mammary, your kidneys, adrenals, your pancreas, and your ovaries. And if you're a male, it's the prostate. Those glands control specific organs. This gland here works with these organs, this gland works with these, and all the way down. The gland tells the organ what to do. The organ, when they've done their job correctly, they secrete hormone back to the glands. So you have perfect communication between the organs and glands. The reason we get sick is because that communication breaks up. Either this boss is in the office or these organs aren't working correctly. Somewhere there's an imbalance in the body due to the fact that the organs and glands aren't communicating. In order for me to fix you, I have to find out where that communication breakup is. When I do that, I use your feet by doing reflexology. That allows me to find out in your body everything that's not 100%. Reflexology doesn't give me the capability of prioritizing. It just says, here's everything in your body that's not 100. So I'm going to actually just prioritize this list here. Once I make all these checks here, and we find out what's going on, and you're going to tell me because your feet will hurt. And you're going to have different levels of pain. Some will hurt more than others, but if it hurts at all, you have to tell me. okay? And we're just going to go through your body and we're just going to find out what's not 100%. Once we know that, and we're going to do that with reflexology, then we're going to use kinesiology, which is another form. It's called muscle testing. Muscle testing works with your spirit. Your spirit knows everything about your body because it's part of you. The only one who knows more about your body than your spirit is Heavenly Father who created it, or your higher being, whichever one you want. But in my world, it's Heavenly Father. So we can actually tap into that. I can use muscle testing to go through this list, because this isn't itemized, remember? We're going to go through this list and we're going to prioritize. We're going to find the very worst problems in your body. That means that if we were to take a whole core issue, we'd find the very worst things. There's nothing up here worse. The very worst things here. We're going to actually prioritize and find the very worst things, and that's what we'll put on the blue paper. When you come into the office, you'll leave with this blue paper and with this testing sheet. And when you come back in 3 or 4 months, or whichever time we tell you to come back, looking at your time, you'll bring both these papers, come back with you. This will be my testing sheet. This is your sheet for you to follow. And this is the one that you're going to be working on. This is your worst problems. This is your itemized problems. This is like peeling an onion. We take the first layer off at a time and we work in. And if we work from this direction in, we never have to go back and repair, because we never have any conflict with the organs and glands. So our goal is to get you well. So when we have this this colored paper here, you'll notice that on this paper, as we go through your body and we prioritize using muscle testing, we're going to actually make a list of those things that are the worst. I will put the organ or the gland that has a problem, which is a priority. We'll find out how much of what herb we need, and then you'll find the time. And that will tell you how long it takes for this organ to get well using that much herb. And so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go through the list of your body. We're going to go through all these, and we're just going to find all the worst things, and that's what we'll put on this paper. And these are the ones that you'll work with. And when you're finished with these organs and glands will be well. We don't have to go back and address them again because they will be well. Sometimes we might have to do something to stabilize it for people who have high stressors in their life. Sometimes we'll put them on a supplemental herb to keep their adrenals nice and strong so that they don't do this roller coaster ride of emotions. It keeps them pretty balanced. So that's what we'll do. But on your when you're being tested, and we go through this list here, after we prioritize that we find everything that's wrong, I'll explain to you that the drops on your droppers, your bottles look like this. When you get your drops, hang on, there we go. When we get our drops like this, okay, you squeeze this little plunger here. Isn't made to take the dropper all the way to the top. It will only take it halfway, just like that. So if I squeeze it 3 or 4 times fast, it'll take it up to that level. Well, that one's a little crazy, but we'll just drop a few out there. But the majority of them will usually go about halfway. That's where we want it to go. So when I say a dropper full, I mean about halfway. That's a dropper full. So if I say you have 1 dropper full here is 28 drops. So 2 dropperfuls at the half mark is 56 drops. If you have 60 drops on your paper here, if you have 60 drops here on your paper, we know that you're just going to do 2 dropperfuls. So you don't have to count out individual drops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're just going to actually do it by dropperfuls. So if you have 60 drops, you know you're going to do 2 dropperfuls. When you see this circle with a number in it, that tells you how many dropperfuls is required to make that 60 drops. So you just have to worry about doing 2 dropperfuls. And when you see these circles, what you're going to do is I'll mark it for you, so you'll see it says AM and PM. You'll put all the dropperful together that are AM in one little tiny medicine cup. You'll add a little juice or water and you'll drink those. And you do that every morning, right before breakfast. If you are taking medicines, you'll take that an hour or an hour later than your meds. We're not going to take you off your meds until we fix the problem. But we need to make sure that you don't take them at the same time you take your herbs. So you'll take your herbs either first thing in the morning and you take your meds an hour to 2 hours later.